Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas. Today's question is, what are some common challenges in custom software development?
Yeah. Thank you, Lavanya. Good morning to you too. Uh, See, the common challenges that we face in custom software development is first one is lack of timely feedback. So what happens in a custom software development is, after the requirement gathering stage has been completed and the development team starts working on the software, until and unless the customer does not give timely feedback for each of the modules or each functionality, we will not be able to go to the next functionality because it's all interrelated. And if there is no feedback and if the development team continues to keep developing and goes to the end, usually what happens is when the client reviews it at the end, there can be a lot of mismatch between what the customer wanted and what has been developed. So one of the commitments that we require from the customer is that they have to go through the development as and when it is happening. So review it maybe on a daily basis or at least on once in every 2 or 3 days and give feedback. Give feedback and give specific instructions on whether it is moving in the right direction, whether it is the fields that have been included they are correct or not, whether the process flow is the way they require it, the controls are the way they require it. So this is one of the biggest very common challenge that we face in all the software development projects. Second one is also something similar. What happens is when an organization has been running without a software for many years, let's say 5 or 10 years, and suddenly the management feels that it is extremely crucial to have a software because the as the organization is growing and as the challenges are increasing, it becomes extremely vital to have a software to help in implementing the systems, controls, automation, the process, and all that. So what happens is the entire team has been functioning without a software for a very long time. And suddenly, when a software is being introduced slowly and gradually, there will be a lot of resistance, psychological resistance that will be there, which has nothing to do with technology or nothing to do with the software. It is everything to do with their culture, the way that they have been working. So what happens usually in an organization, especially a decent size, let's say 50 member organization or a 200 member organization, is there is a massive culture shock that happens. All the team members are suddenly, put through a new process or a new system, which they have not been used to before. Though the new, process or method may be helping them, maybe increasing their productivity, increasing the growth of the organization, but it will be a sudden change for them. And many a times, this turns out to become one of the reasons of delay in implementation. It doesn't get implemented fast. We may end up completing the software with all the feedback, but the implementation gets delayed because there's a huge cultural shock and then there's an adaptation resistance that is there in the organization. And the only way an organization can overcome this is by a very focused determination by the management and continuously training the team and inculcating a very deep sense of purpose in them, and making them realize the need for a cultural change, how crucial it is to operate with the software so that they can keep growing, they can overcome the challenges that are there in the market, the competition and everything. The only way they can do that is by if the management focuses on changing the culture of the organization. I think these are two most common challenges that we face. One is lack of timely feedback, and the second one is a culture shock that happens in the customer organization. That's the answer for today. Thank you, Lavanya.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Thank you very much.